Today we're going to give this green pumpkin a makeover, and we're also going to zhuzh up this tea towel here. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, then stay tuned. But first, very quickly, I just want to tell you that this video is part of the 4th Friday challenge, and the theme this month is Fall, Harvest, or Thanksgiving, or all three of those. It's hosted by Lisa from Our Grey House and Sarah from JuJubee DIY. Be sure to check out the playlist and their channels linked below. Alright, so I have had this green pumpkin for quite a while now, and I really liked it when I first bought it. I think I got it at Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure, but I think that's where I got it. But the green is not really working, and I'm going to use this Fusion paint in French Eggshell. I love this color. I did a DIY yesterday. I can link that in the cards and below for you if you're interested. I am loving this color paint. It's like my new favorite. And I also really like the Fusion paint. It goes on really well. And I think it might be my new go-to. See, isn't that beautiful? I love that color. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give this pumpkin a good coating of this color. Alright, so after that dries, we're going to give it another coat, and it was outside. I decided to work outside because it was a pretty nice day, although it was pretty windy. But it did dry pretty quickly, so I don't know if it dried quickly because I was outside and the wind was blowing, or if the Fusion paint dries that quickly. I have to try it inside to find out, I guess. Anyways, I'm just giving it a second coat here. Okay, and that's what it looks like when it's dry. I'm going to take our Waverly chalk paint and plaster, and we're just going to do some dry brushing, which is just dipping the brush into the paint and dabbing it off on a paper towel, and then just kind of brushing it on, and then I'm just kind of wiping it off. So I'm curious, what is your favorite fall activity? Mine is going to the cider mill and getting cider and donuts, definitely. That is my favorite fall activity. How about you? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so this is how that layer looks when it's done. Next, I'm going to take the Waverly Antiquing Wax, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this into the indentations, and then I'm actually going to put it all over the whole pumpkin. You'll see. And then after putting that on, just take a clean rag and wipe it off. If you are stopping by my channel for the first time today, I want to welcome you. I'm so glad that you're here. If you're enjoying this video and what you're seeing, I would invite you to think about subscribing to my channel. I do weekly videos, I do DIY decor, occasionally shopping, and sometimes a recipe. Okay, I just grabbed a bunch of raffia because I have a large bag of it, and I'm just tying it in a knot here. The video is a little more focused on the trees than on the pumpkin, sorry. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to give it a haircut. Come over here and do this one. Now I had a little trouble, it was like sticking up in the air, and so I'm just kind of trying to bend it and mold it to the shape that I want it to be. I'm going to just trim it a little bit more here. I didn't really want to glue it down. I'm just trying to get it to stay down on that stem that I wrapped it around. Okay, and then I took a piece of burlap and I made it into a bow. I tied it with jute in the middle, and then I took the rest of the jute strings and I wrapped those around the stem, and I'm just tying that on. And then after I tie that on, I'm just going to take some scissors and clip the excess off. Now we're just going to take this lace ribbon and loop it through underneath the burlap bow and just tie it around it and tie another bow. Alright, I'm just making sure, see, the burlap is not even there, so I'm going to go ahead and just trim that up so it's even. One-handed, because I have the camera in my other hand. Alright, here is my finished pumpkin. I've put it back on my crock and my pip berries here, and I feel like it matches a lot better in my entryway and / living room here. Giving you a close-up of the paint job that I did, and then I'll just show you real quick how it looks with the rest of the entryway. I'm kind of minimalist this year. Didn't really do a huge amount in the entry. Alright, moving on. I have this tea towel, and I think I've had this since last year. Yeah, I think last year was 400 years, 1620 to 2020. I think so. Yes, that's 400. Anyways, I had this, it's been sitting in a drawer. I have done nothing with it. I didn't even put it out last year. So I really wanted to use it this year. So I went ahead and I steamed it because it had all the lines in it still. And then I'm going to go ahead and measure how wide it is. It's 18 inches. And then I'm going to take some stiff burlap ribbon here. This is from the Dollar Tree? I think it is. Anyways, I'm going to double that. Alright, and then I have another ribbon that's a lighter color ribbon. I'm going to stick right in the middle of that. We're going to use the tacky glue to glue it down to the center. And so what I'm going to do is, I have a tendency to use too much glue, but I want to make sure I have enough glue that it sticks. So I'm just going to kind of move along here. I've got the scissors there holding the other end down so that I can keep it straight. And I'm just going to go down the whole ribbon here. And then I just took this book and I set that on it to make sure that it adheres and glues and stays tightly on top of the other ribbon. Okay, so now I'm going to take my glue gun, and at first I'm doing a couple of dabs, And make sure you wear your finger protectors and don't burn your fingers. And I'm just making a ruffle here. And then I kind of get smart about it because I was doing a couple dabs. I didn't want to use too much glue, and I'm like, no, I'm just going to do a bead across. Less messy that way. And I'm making these about an inch. So like I said, it was 18 inches across the towel, so 36 inches doubled. And then what am I doing? Oh, I'm just looking to make sure that it is exactly the way that I want it. Okay, when you get all your ruffles put in and glued down, you just go ahead and we're going to glue the seam along the edges there. And this burlap actually was nice to use because it was stiff, and so it folded pretty easily. And there you go, I'll give you a better look at that. And I really want to keep that close to the edge there. Just a little embellishment on this. All right, making sure that that glue is down nice and tight. But first, we're going to trim the edges. Now, I didn't want to trim them with scissors, so I just went ahead and used the glue gun on the back to give it a nice finished edge. And I just did one edge of this. I didn't do the other one because it's just going to be folded over, and you're really just going to see that bottom edge anyway. Cleaning up a few of the stray glue pieces, and then our little embellished tea towel is done. Don't forget to check out all the other DIYers that are participating today in this collaboration. It will be linked below. Here's another video for you from me in case you're interested in that, and I will see you in the next video.